A family in Redcar, North Yorkshire, is enduring fear and harassment after far-right activist, also known as the dickhead, Tommy Robinson, aka Stephen Yaxley Lennon. She shared a video of a black musician. The video depicts a black man at a park playing with children, with Tommy Robinson posting the video titled, "What the fuck is even going on here? Where are the parents?" Question mark, exclamation mark. Let's look at the video Tommy posted and the original video. So the video is of a man called Olajuwon Ayani. He is playing with his white granddaughters in a park, originally posted by Ayani's wife, Natalie Ayani, on TikTok. They married 5 years ago, and the video was manipulated by cropping out the original text Natalie placed in the video, which, under Tommy's version, is pushing false allegations of paedophilia. Since Robinson's repost, the family has faced a barrage of racist abuse and threats, prompting them to go into hiding. Tommy Robinson refused to delete this despite hundreds of people explaining the situation. But now, hours after the article was published today, it seems it has now been taken down. Their local MP, Anna Turley, has publicly defended their safety and denounced the spread of harmful misinformation, and after he was suspended by his music management after the online disinformation. The police have stated that sharing the video is not a crime, though they urge the public to cease its circulation. Cleveland police stand accused of providing inadequate protection, highlighting a concerning gap between online hate and real-world consequences. This incident reflects a broader pattern. Robinson has a long history of amplifying misleading or inflammatory content. Previously, his false claims about a school bullying incident resulted in a costly libel judgment against him, which ultimately placed him in prison for breaching the court order not to further publish the video. The Ayani's family ordeal underscores the tangible harm that online misinformation and racist manipulation can inflict, and obviously raises more critical questions around platform responsibility and societal safeguards. I want to know your views on this. I mean, firstly, what are your reactions to that? Are you surprised that Stephen would try and do something like this?
No, this is his stock in trade. Lie in order to smear somebody of an ethnic minority, especially to depict black men as sexual predators of white women. It's a story as old as time itself. This is what racists do. It sort of harkens back, I think, to the story we were talking about at the start of this, where you have this, we're protecting women and girls, which is ironic given how many of them have committed sexual assault themselves, of course, by going after brown men, because it's brown men of a certain age, of military age, as I like to say, who are the threat to them. Whereas apparently, if it's white dudes doing it, it's just absolutely fine and dandy, apparently. But whatever. You won't see Greg's being broken into when a story of a white guy doing it comes up naturally. And this is exactly his thing, right? That's why it was cropped in the way it was, to remove the context to this was the parent of the children. When he says, "Where is the parents?" They're right there. It's in the shot itself. It's a ludicrous situation that he's done this, and this is his sort of stock in trade, really. When will the authorities finally clamp down on this absolute dickhead? Like he's literally just assaulted someone in a train station and then hopped abroad to try and avoid justice. He constantly does this. He's a threat and a menace to society. He needs to be locked away. It's as simple as that. He's now led a hate campaign against this innocent person who's done absolutely nothing wrong except play with their children in the park. Right? There's nothing wrong there, and now he's been potentially fired from his job. He's lost his income, which I think there is some sort of GoFundMe type thing, which we'll link at some point, hopefully, about that. Yeah, this is a genuinely grotesque story, and Yaxley needs to face consequences for this. And by the way, Stephen, if I can call you by your real name, I thought you wanted to go and join the IDF if Israel were attacked. It's been 2 years, mate. It's been 2 years. Well, I'm sure you could sign up. I'm sure or maybe he doesn't meet the height requirements to join the army.
No,
like, you've got to be this tall to commit genocide. Something like that, I don't know.
No, and it's been 2 years. Get gone, Stephen. The fuck? Get going. Do you know what really pisses me off about this story, though? It's the state's failure as well. Like, the police kind of just like kind of shrugging their shoulders, being like, well, he didn't really break the law. And I'm like, hello, he completely like doctored that video, got rid of what was initially on there, and then tried to paint this black man as someone who was this barbaric, essentially a what they want anyone who comes on a small boat migrant to be racialized, as this predator. Like, he clearly did something that was so not correct, so not right, and surely just like obviously morally like incomprehensible, but is that not illegal? Like, to just doctor things and then spread misinformation in such a way,
Well,
it makes no sense.
it's not the first time he's done it, because obviously you mentioned the story of him accusing a young Muslim child of being a bully when he himself was the victim of it, and then he lost that court case, has been not paying the amount of money he should be paying in order for reparation for that, and continuing to lie about it, which again brings up contempt of court charges, which he still hasn't been done for. This goes to show you the idea that there is a two-tier policing system in which the right wing have the rough end of it is complete nonsense. If the police wanted to, they could go after him for this, and they won't, because they're on his side. I mean, heaven forbid that this man in red car had been wearing a plasticine action shirt. I'm sure the police would have stepped in to do something then.
Yeah, with no hesitation as well. I mean, but like you said, Robinson has done this. I hate calling him with a pseudonym. Please, anyone who sees me calling him Tommy Robinson, like, correct me. Stephen Yaxley has done this time and time again. Like, he's weaponized misinformation. He stokes racial panic. He paints Muslim people as these barbaric individuals, and yet he still has a platform. He's still amplified. So, like, I'm thinking, who actually bears the greater responsibility here? Is it the far right agitators themselves? Is it us who speak about him? Is it the tech companies and the institutions that allow for his content to still circulate and fester? Like, who actually bears responsibility for platforming this person and like amplifying his voice?
I think the media for narrativizing in the way that they do, which leads to the kind of ability to grift for people like this. The media for not analyzing this properly, because of course they'll mention that he claims to support X, Y, and Z. That he'll portray people of color as like you say, as predators, but yet is big friends with Andrew Tate, a man who has, let's say for legal reasons, allegedly trafficked women for sex work purposes, which is grotesque and disgusting, and hopefully he goes to jail forever and ever and ever. But Stephen Yaxley then, of course, thinks that he's been taken by the Matrix or whatever. It's absurd nonsense. The platforms for allowing him to continue to publish his rancid nonsense, of course. One group I would say don't bear responsibility is the left, who have done, I think, a reasonable job of opposing him over the course of years. And again, when the fascists turn up, you stand up against them. We stood up against them when they turned up when he was in original guise as the English Defence League. His various types of grift in the past. I think we do a reasonable job of it, actually. So yeah, really, again, as with the first story, the best thing we can do is to continue to expose his bullshit, and secondly, to stand up to him and his ilk when they turn up in the streets.
Support independent media, support social justice that's there on social media. Thank you. Turn left.